A time when the deadliest creatures roamed not beneath the waves, but across the land, where every step on Earth was a battle for survival. During the Lopingian stage of the Late Permian period, this was the terrifying reality. While oceans teemed with strange life, the land harbored something far more dangerous. Massive reptiles and predators dominated the supercontinent of Pangaea, and the air was thick with the tension of an impending extinction. The vast Panthalassic Ocean, though still holding its own ancient mysteries, was no longer home to the most formidable hunters. Life on land had evolved into a ruthless hierarchy, where only the most fearsome survived. As a researcher who studied these periods for years, I can't help but feel a sense of awe at how perilous life on Earth must have been. The creatures that thrived then had adapted to some of the harshest environments ever known, preparing for a world on the brink of collapse. The ancient seas of the Lopingian period were no peaceful sanctuary. Instead, they were bustling with predators and prey in a relentless struggle for survival. In these waters, strange and fearsome creatures thrived, each uniquely adapted to the shifting, dangerous environment. Marine reptiles and armored fish, like the coelacanth, dominated the oceans, while primitive ammonoids swarmed in vast numbers. These creatures were survivors, finely tuned to the changes of their world, yet they were no match for the looming extinction event. As someone deeply passionate about prehistory, I'm struck by how these ancient marine ecosystems mirrored the chaos on land. Life in the seas may have seemed distant from the turmoil of Pangaea, but it too faced inevitable collapse. The resilience of these species makes me wonder, how did they evolve to be so hardy, and yet still fall to forces beyond their control? The Lopingian seas remind us just how fragile even the most robust ecosystems can be. A predator so fierce, so perfectly evolved, that it dominated the land without question. This was the Gorgonopsid. These fearsome creatures ruled the late Permian landscape with their saber-like teeth and muscular build, striking terror into the hearts of their prey. As a researcher, I find the Gorgonopsids absolutely fascinating. Their speed, power, and hunting abilities made them the apex predators of their time. Yet, despite their dominance, they too fell victim to the same forces that would soon wipe out nearly all life on Earth. What strikes me most is the irony. These powerful hunters, who once ruled without challenge, were no match for the greatest predator of all, nature itself. Studying Gorgonopsids reminds us that even the most dominant creatures are at the mercy of a world in flux, vulnerable to the same cataclysms that change the course of life forever. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to walk through a prehistoric world teeming with predators, each competing for survival in their own unique way? While the Gorgonopsids dominated the land, they were far from the only predators in the Permian ecosystem. Other hunting groups, such as the Therocephalians and Dinocephalians, played equally fascinating roles in shaping this ancient world. As a researcher, I find the diversity of these creatures astonishing. Therocephalians, with their agile builds and keen senses, were fast and efficient hunters, specializing in taking down smaller prey. Meanwhile, Dinocephalians, often larger and more robust, relied on their sheer size and strength to overpower their victims. Each species evolved its own set of survival strategies, perfectly adapted to their harsh environment. And it's awe-inspiring to think about how these different predators coexisted and competed. What makes this period so compelling to me is the balance between dominance and competition. No single species could reign supreme forever. Each predator had its moment in the spotlight before the ever-changing environment shifted the scales. Looking back at these intricate dynamics, it's a reminder that even in the fiercest ecosystems, survival isn't just about power, but adaptability. Stepping into a world where strange and diverse creatures roamed vast, untamed landscapes, each uniquely adapted to survive. The terrestrial environments of the Permian period were nothing short of extraordinary. What captivates me the most as a researcher is how this ancient time gave rise to such an incredible variety of land animals. From the mighty pariasaurs to the swift dicynodonts, the land was a rich tapestry of life, with species perfectly suited to their distinct ecological niches. These creatures lived in a wide range of habitats, from arid deserts to lush forests, each environment fostering a unique set of evolutionary adaptations. The pariasaurs, for example, with their heavily armored bodies, were slow but resilient, thriving in more open terrains, while the dicynodonts, with their burrowing habits and herbivorous diet, flourished in denser, more vegetated areas. This rich biodiversity speaks to the adaptive power of life during this period, which I find endlessly fascinating. It's a reminder that survival in the prehistoric world wasn't just about brute strength or speed. It was about fitting into the complex, interconnected web of ecosystems. Looking at this diversity from a modern perspective, it's awe-inspiring to think about how each of these species carved out its niche in such a competitive world. The land was alive with different forms of life, each playing its part in a delicate balance. And as we uncover more about this ancient time, we can better understand the remarkable resilience and creativity of life itself.